Minglawa, welcome to Myanmar Today. I'm Henry Zin. We've got the latest news and reports. With a growing economy and infrastructure in the country, sustainability is very important, and so the first report, we're going to take a look at sustainable development in Myanmar. China makes progress in its battle against the coronavirus outbreak, and business across China resume operation. Farmers and agriculture enthusiasts, a story coverage on Myanmar International Agriculture Machinery Expo 2020 is coming. Women empowerment in Myanmar getting stronger, and there's 55 women international artists exhibitions. We'll get to the reports in a while, but before that, let's take a look at the local news. State Councillor of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar, Daw Aung San Suu Kyi, received the delegation led by Regional Director of Asia and Director of IUCN Regional Hub for Asia Oceania, Abanmaka Kabraji, at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Naypyidaw Wednesday. During the meeting, the officials exchanged views on cooperation in the area of ecosystem sustainability and environmental and biodiversity conservation between Myanmar and International Union for Conservation of Nature. The 8th State Central Working Committee of Sangha continued its meeting on the second day at Mahapasana Cave in the precinct of Kabai Bakoda in Yangon Wednesday. Along with the senior Buddhist monks, Union Minister for Religious Affairs and Culture Thura Uwango, and officials attended the meeting. Senior monks of the committee provided consultations on religious affairs, and the meeting focused on organizing coordination meetings, election process of Sangha committees at various levels, and annual report of State Sangha Mahanayaka Committee on disciplinary rules, religious affairs and education sector. Union Minister for Health and Sports Dr. Myen Tway presided over the daily meeting on prevention of coronavirus disease in Naypyidaw Wednesday. The minister discussed the requirement of extraordinary measures against the deadly COVID-19 while the disease is rapidly spreading in some countries, although Myanmar is still exempt from it. He added the health authorities are taking priority on preventive measures with the readiness of oxygen machines and protective gear, disaster response plans, coordination of relevant ministries and state or region governments. The Union Minister also advised not to organize big festivals as much as possible and make preparations for possible consequences from holding the events. The MOHS has raised awareness to avoid public areas when someone is suffering any symptoms of fever, cough, sneeze, and any form of respiratory disease, and to follow instructions for personal hygiene habits. The School Textbook Printing and Distribution Committee held a coordination meeting on the supply of school books in time for the 2020-2021 academic year. Union Minister for Information Dr. Phay Mien, in his capacity as chairman of the committee, presided over the meeting in Naypyidaw and explained the ministry's role in printing the school books together with the private sector through a tender system. Union Minister for Education Dr. Myo Thaingji discussed the requirement of books for 9.7 million school children across the country, upgrades of curriculum and better qualities of books. The Directors General from the Printing and Publishing Department and the Basic Education Department, who are the secretaries of the committee, explained the processes of printing, publishing and distributions of school books. That's all with the local news, and here's the first report on Myanmar Today. With a growing economy and infrastructure in the country, making sure to follow the Sustainable Development Plan for the long term is a crucial part as well. The government of Myanmar is also very much active to implement the Sustainable Development Plan. Therefore, with the aim to exchange knowledge on sustainable construction, a workshop was held at Chatriam Hotel, attended by several key officials from the government. Willinson has more.
As Myanmar is heading towards the rapid development in different sectors, it is also very much important that the development plan is coherent with the Sustainable Development Plan. The government of Myanmar also understands the importance of implementing Sustainable Development Plan, and it is very much watchful that any kind of project in Myanmar meets the criteria of sustainable development. Implementing the Sustainable Development Policy also helps the building and housing withstands the risk of natural hazards as well. With the aim to understand more about sustainable development and how the construction companies in Myanmar are working together with this Sustainable Development Plan, the workshop on sustainable construction was held on 3rd of March at Chatriam Hotel in Yangon, attended by U Hanzo, Union Minister for Construction. U Pyo-min-deng, Chief Minister of Yangon Region, U Ma-mong-so, Yangon Mayor, and other governmental officials. Speaking at the event, U Han-song, Union Minister for Construction, said,
the improvement of living standards of the people and social-economic condition of a nation is aligned with the holistic development of a nation. Therefore, making sure that the new constructions follow sustainable development policy, that is also an essential part in our nation, and then only we can maintain the old buildings well and construct the new buildings which is last long. It is also very much important that the upcoming engineers are share the knowledge about the importance of sustainable development. Producing high-quality products and making them available in low cost is also very much essential, as earthquake, flood, storm, and other natural hazards are very much active. We must make sure that our bridges, roads, buildings, and houses are strong enough to withstand possible calamity.
U Pyo-min-deng, Chief Minister of Yangon Region, also speaking at the event, said,
there are four main goals which we have set when it comes to development in Yangon: to preserve the heritage sites in Yangon, keep Yangon green, make Yangon a livable city, and finally make Yangon develop commercially. Therefore, we are working to make Yangon a livable city with a preserved heritage, at the same time make it the commercial city in Myanmar. But while working on development projects, we also make sure that we give priority to green development, especially when it comes to investments. We give our best to make sure that all these investments don't harm the environment. Therefore, the role of engineers is one of the most important ones, making sure that the engineers follow our policies.
But the main challenge for sustainable development when it comes to construction is many people perceive it as extra work and cost. But Mr. Sebastian Lengadov, CEO of JFE Maranti, speaking on this matter, also said,
I think sometimes there's a perception that sustainability always costs a lot more. So firstly, if we look at sustainable material, actually if we look at the lifetime, because good material gives us additional lifetime, the cost per year is much lower. So if I buy a product that breaks in 3 years or is corroded, it's much more expensive than if I buy a product that lasts for 10 or 15 years, even if I paid a little bit more for that product that lasts 10 or 15 years. So we believe sustainable materials actually are often cheaper on a lifetime assessment.
According to U Ma-mong-so, Mayor of Yangon, YCDC will soon launch online registration for building permit where the public can have easy access. And speaking on this matter, U Ma-mong-so also said,
Yangon building permit system.
This Yangon building permit system will be a very convenient way to get building permit from the government. It used to be quite sophisticated when applying for the permit, but now the public don't have to go through a lengthy process where there will be no extra things to do. Many people are now aware of this online building permit system. What happened with paperwork is, it takes a lot of work and time. Sometimes it takes years to complete the process in gaining the permit, but that will not be the case anymore after it is fully online. Every application which meets the required criteria will be given the permit within 40 days of initial submission. By next month, this online building permit system will be fully in use. We will not accept paperwork anymore, but go fully online.
This is Williamson for My Radio.
That's a report on sustainable development and Myanmar. All right, we'll carry on with the next report here on Myanmar Today. As China makes progress in its battle against the coronavirus outbreak, businesses across the country are gradually resuming operation. For more on that, MI Radio reached out to Masud Mui from China Media Group, CRI Myanmar Department.
As China makes progress in its battle against coronavirus outbreak, businesses across the country are gradually resuming operation. Some big shopping malls have reopened to the public after more than 10 days of closure along the commercial streets in the city of Shenyang, capital of northeast China's Liaoning province. Customers can enter the malls after a few check-in procedures. A couple of weeks ago, notices in front of the malls warned shoppers to stay away due to the epidemic. In supermarkets, staff take customers' temperatures when they enter the building. All the customers are required to scan a barcode for registration. The market has ample supply of meat, vegetables, fruits, and oil. Local residents are doing their shopping with masks on. For more on how many percent of the businesses across China resume their operation, MI Radio reached out to Masood Tammu from China Media Group, CRI Myanmar Department.
တရုတ်နိုင်ငံမှာယောဂကုသထိန်းသိမ်းရေးလုပ်ငန်းတွေကိုဒါဆောင်ရွက်နေတဲ့အချိန်တပြိုင်တည်းမှာပဲပေါ့နော်စီးပွားရေးလုပ်ငန်းတွေပြန်လည်ပတ်မှုကိုကြည့်မင်းဆိုရင်လေဒီပေါ့ကြည်ကျန်ပြည်နေတပြည်နေတယ်တဲ့ပေါ့နော်ဒီအသေးစားစက်မှုလုပ်ငန်းတွေပြန်လဲထုတ်လုပ်မှုက90%ကျော်တာကိုတွေ့ရတယ်တဖြည်းဖြည်းပေါ့နော်ဒါလုပ်ငန်းတွေပြန်လှုပ်လာပြီလို့ဒါဆိုရမယ်နောက်တစ်ခုကကြတော့ဒီစားတောက်ကုန်ပေါ့နော်ကုန်ချောထုတ်လုပ်တဲ့လုပ်ငန်းတွေဆိုရင်80%ပြန်လဲလက်ပတ်နေတာကိုတွေ့ရပြီနောက်တစ်ခုကကြတော့ကြောင်မီသွေးနော်ဒီတဘာဝတံငွေထုတ်လုပ်တဲ့လုပ်ငန်းတွေဆိုရင်86%ဒါပြန်လေပတ်နေပြီကိုပြန်လေပတ်လာတာကိုတွေ့ရတယ်ဒီတော့ဒီဟာတွေအားလုံးကိုခြုံပြီးတော့ကြည့်မယ်ဆိုရင်ဒီစီးပွားရေးလုပ်ငန်းတွေတဖြည်းဖြည်းပြန်လေပတ်လာနေအများတရုတ်နိုင်ငံရဲ့ဒီ GDP ကလည်းတဖြည်းဖြည်းမြင့်မားလာမယ်လို့ဒါသုံးသပ်လို့ရတယ်
Public transport services have reopened in Shenyang, and authorities have arranged more buses and increased their frequency to meet demand. Many closed highways started providing services again in Liaoning province on February 17th. Since the outbreak of the novel strain of coronavirus, Chinese governments of various levels have imposed a series of tight restrictions in public venues to decrease the risk of infection. From February 3rd to 19th, all places outside Hubei, the center of the virus outbreak, have seen a slowing trend in the number of new confirmed infections. Under such circumstances, things are slowly getting back on track in many places. In Hangzhou, capital of Zhejiang province, authorities have launched special trains to take employees back to Hangzhou from a few provinces where the epidemic is under control and many locals need to return to Hangzhou for work. East China's Jiangxi province has cancelled all checkpoints set up on highway entries and exits to prevent and control virus transmission.
နောက်တစ်ခုကကြတော့ဒီကူးစက်ယောဂါကိုမြန်မာအချိန်မှာဆိုရင်ဒါတိတိတတာပေါ့နော်ဒါထိန်းချုပ်နိုင်လာနိုင်ပြီယောဂါကိုကူးစက်ယောဂါကိုတိတိတတာထိန်းချုပ်လာနိုင်တာနဲ့အမျှဒီပေါ့တခြားကျန်နေပေါ့နော်တခြားလုပ်ငန်းတွေဟာလည်းဒါမြင့်တက်လာမယ်လုပ်ငန်းဆောင်ရွက်မှုတွေလည်းမြင့်တက်လာမယ်လို့ထင်တယ်ဒါကြောင့်ဒီတရုတ်နိုင်ငံကလည်းအခုတရုတ်နိုင်ငံဆိုရင်လည်းယောဂကူးစက်ရေးနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးကာကွယ်ရေးကုသရေးထိန်းချုပ်ရေးလုပ်ငန်းတွေကိုပတ်စုံပေါ့နော်တရုတ်နိုင်ငံကဒါဆောင်ရွက်နေတယ်ဒီဆေးရုံဝန်ထမ်းတွေဆေးဝန်ထမ်းတွေကျန်းမာရေးဒီလုပ်ငန်းလုပ်နေတဲ့သူတွေအားလုံးကလည်းတက်ညီလက်ညီပေါ့နော်အမျိုးသားရေးတာဝန်အသိစိတ်ဓာတ်နဲ့ဒါယောဂကူးစက်ထိန်းချုပ်ပြန်ပိုင်းလုပ်ငန်းတွေကိုသူတို့ဆောင်ရွက်နေတာကိုလည်းဒါတကယ်ကိုချီးကျူးရမယ်ဒါကြောင့်ဒီတရုတ်နိုင်ငံဟာဒီယောဂကိုထိန်းချုပ်မှုတွေကိုတိတိတတာတဖြည်းဖြည်းဆက်လက်ဆောင်ရွက်ရင်းနဲ့သူတို့ဒီယောဂကိုဘတ်စုံထိန်းချုပ်နိုင်မယ်လို့ကျွန်တော်တို့မြင်ပါတယ်ရှင်
A total of 119 new cases of the novel coronavirus were confirmed on the Chinese mainland as of midnight on Tuesday, with 38 more deaths. The total number of confirmed cases on the Chinese mainland now stands at 80,270 and the cumulative death toll of 2,981. This is Agajot reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on businesses across China resuming operation amidst COVID-19 outbreak. Now let's have a look at the currency rates from Myanmar's central bank and the stock exchange. $1 is at 1,407 kyats. 1 Chinese renminbi is at 203 kyats. 1 euro is at 1,571 kyats. 1 pound sterling is at 1,799 kyats. 1 Singapore dollar is at 1,016 kyats. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 336 kyats. 1 Thai baht is at 44 kyats, and the Indian rupee is at 19 kyats. Gold is trading at $1,640. Silver is at $17, and Brent crude oil is at $47. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI dropped 500 and it's at 11,500. MTSH is at 3,950. MCB is at 8,400. FPB dropped 500 and it's at 22,000. TMH is at 2,900. Stay with us as we bring you more reports on Myanmar Today. Myanmar International Agriculture Machinery Expo 2020 was held for 3 days at Myanmar Expo Hall, Yangon. During this 3-day-long expo, various machinery for agro-based businesses, advanced technology demonstration, and local agro products were displayed at about 70 booths. Doras Zin reports.
Myanmar International Agriculture Machinery Expo 2020 took place at Myanmar Expo Hall in Yangon, starting from 29 February to 2nd March. The expo is comprised of latest innovative value-adding technologies for agriculture sector and live demonstrations of farm mechanization equipment and machineries, product samples, and many other interesting talk shows. Myanmar Paddy Producer Association was in charge of organizing the expo with the endorsement by the Ministry of Commerce, UMFCCI, and Myanmar Rice Federation.
The purpose of holding this expo is to enhance the life of farmers, to support the agriculture sector, to help increase production, and to help transition of conventional farming to mechanized farming. In this expo, the farmers can discover various machineries and technologies at one place. To know more about the latest technologies, our sub-organizations in states and regions made efforts to invite the farmers to this expo. It is important for the farmers to understand better about the agro-based technologies to enhance farming production as well as to support the export. In this expo, there are total about 70 booths exhibited by local and international organizations where the machineries and other products are displayed.
It is aimed for the agriculture sector in Myanmar to increase the rate of export so that the profit of the farmers will be improved. Participating as the member of Myanmar Fruit, Flower and Vegetable Producer and Exporter Association, Mek Khain Thoraso said.
At present, it is much more convenient in export compared to the previous years. The government is also supporting the export sector, and as a SME, we also get aid for value-adding technologies. There are much more opportunities for export as well as better procedures.
As the local producers, she also stated about the market competition for the local products.
The advantage of the local product is that it is almost organic and cheaper than imported items. We just need to improve the packaging.
Being an agricultural country, there are plenty of farmers and agro-based producers in states and regions across the country. The expo is aimed to help them observe how to improve the productivity.
It's great to hold such kind of expos frequently because it can create a network for the farmers, agro-based producers and customers. For the companies which are distributing the machineries, we are able to display the latest innovation for them. It is good for us to get in touch with our customers in agribusiness. In my opinion, it is quite important to install advanced machineries in farming. If we look at our neighboring countries such as Thailand, Vietnam, or Cambodia, they are also given priority to utilizing advanced technologies in agricultural sector. The advanced technologies and machineries can help farmers improve the profit and decrease the loss.
During the 3-day long Expo held at Myanmar Expo Hall in Yangon, the visitors were able to watch practical demonstration of the machineries, as well as discover the local producers and various agro-based products. This is Dora Susan from MI Radio reporting about Myanmar International Agriculture Machinery Expo 2020.
That's a report on Myanmar International Agriculture Machinery Expo 2020. And here's the last report on 55 Women International Artists exhibitions. Since the movement of women empowerment is taking place all around the world, Myanmar International Women Artists Exhibition was held at the Yangon Gallery with the theme of Metta of Women. Pomo and Soyedana will tell us more.
Women represent half of the world's population. The role of women is important in the society concerning gender equality to bring each and every human being's quantity and quality together. The lack of women's equality compared with men becomes a major issue on the world. Women are struggling to enjoy equality in leadership role and any other areas. Women encounter discrimination in politics, workplace, and in the effort to receive a better education. The movements of women empowerment are also taking place all around the world. Gaining social freedoms and political rights, many women play key roles in the fight for women's rights through speeches, marches, and much more. Myanmar International Women Artists Exhibition 2020 was held at Yangon Gallery on 26 February, which 55 women artists from different countries got together. Yi Kim, one of the 55 artists, shared her creation and opinions in painting industry.
My paintings in this exhibition are mainly about fishes based on realism and together with abstract forms. As the paintings created by the women artists are showcased in this exhibition, I think that the women participation in such sectors spotlight the women power. And also, today's young artists can take more interest in modern paintings and their independent senses and tastes on arts can be seen in the paintings.
Apart from paintings, there are also two religious sculptures in this event. Titi Chen Yi, the creator of the sculptures, shared the foundation of her ideas and the themes of those.
ဗုဒ္ဓဆင်းလို့ပြရတယ်ပေါ့နော်ပြီးတော့လောကနဲ့ယုတ်ပြရတယ်အဲ့နှစ်ခုကိုပြထားပါတယ်အဓိက highlight ကတော့လောကနဲ့ကတော့နှစ်ခုလုံးပေါ့နော်နှစ်ခုလုံးကတော့ဒီလောကမှာအမြင့်မြတ်ဆုံးဆိုရဲ theme ပေါ့နော်အဲ့ theme ရဲ့အောက်မှာပြရတယ်ပေါ့
For this event, I created two sculptures to exhibit, which are Buddha image and Lokanet statue under the theme of Metta, known as affection. They are greatly respectively in Theravada Buddhism and Mahayana Buddhism. With Metta, Buddha chose to fulfill 10 parameters in his multi-life development to become enlightened, so that he could save the sentient from sufferings. Lokanet is a remarkable bodhisattva in Mahayana Buddhism. Lokanet Metta melody brings peace and harmony to oneself and the surrounding.
She also continued to say how she created the designs which are different from the usual ones.
For the Buddha image, I used ruby to the arena to reflect the natural resources in Myanmar. Even diamonds are used in most or every Buddha image. To harmonize with the color of ruby, I put similar color to the roof. For the localness statute, the musical symbols are color-coded. Including the musical symbol are rare for those kinds of statute, so I'm put under the theme of local name melody. Both are made with fiberglass coated with ceramic, so the whole became white color. I put the ruby and golden color musical symbols to be more attractive in a plain white.
The movements and the processes are increasing as part of the ongoing struggle for the rights of women leadership and gender equality.
That's all we have for today's reports. Let's now move on to international news here on Myanmar Today. This documentary goes behind the scenes in Wuhan, China, and follows community heroes who are doing their best to keep the COVID-19 outbreak under control. Meat delivery man Lao Zhi. He shares the trauma, anguish, and bravery of medics, police community leaders, and ordinary people amid the coronavirus epidemic. The novel coronavirus has infected tens of thousands across China. Originating in the city of Wuhan in Hubei province, pneumonia-linked illness has already taken over 2,000 lives in the country. With a city of 11 million and those surrounding it under quarantine, emergency responders, medical professionals, and volunteers race to treat and contain the virus.
This week on Big Story. A health crisis challenging a community's strength. Millions trying to avoid a deadly virus. Retracing the moment the virus erupted. Disinfecting every corner. Keeping doctors on alert.
我们来了136个人，我的任务就是将这136个人健健康康的再带回去。
And patients overcoming infection.
我说我24，他说你不要怕，你很年轻，他说你相信自己，一定没事的。
A city fighting for recovery.
我就问我们超市都要关门了，有没有这个事？没这个事啊。对，明天武昌超市照样10点钟开门，最后一个顾客走了，我们再关门。
Quarantine, 24 hours in Wuhan. Next on Big Story.
China-Laos Railway Domestic Section, Nangxi River Extra Large Bridge in Yuanjiang County in Yunnan, resumed on Tuesday. Workers entered the construction site after 14 days of isolation, measured body temperature twice a day, disinfect in the morning and in the evening. Currently, 13,000 people hurried to the construction site of Yuxi to Ma'ao section of the China-Laos Railway. California became the third U.S. state to declare a statewide emergency due to the coronavirus outbreak after the state's first fatality from the new coronavirus. California Governor Gavin Newsom announced the measure at a news conference Wednesday, saying it was intended to help procure supplies quickly. The state currently has 53 cases of COVID-19, more than any other state according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. The death toll from the infection has risen to 11 in the U.S. as of Wednesday afternoon, including 10 in Washington state and 1 in California. There are 158 cases of the novel coronavirus in the United States, according to the CDC. In other news, International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach said they have not discussed either cancelling or postponing the Tokyo Olympics at a key meeting in Lausanne on Wednesday, despite the global spread of the deadly coronavirus. He added that a joint task force consisted of the IOC, the organizing committee of Tokyo 2020, the host city of Tokyo, the government of Japan, and in particular the World Health Organization has been set up to address any issue related to the virus that may arise. So far, a number of Olympic qualifying tournaments have been postponed or reprogrammed to other venues. Furthermore, around 15 test events are still to be staged in Japan before the Tokyo Games for sports such as swimming, cycling, gymnastics, and sailing. And that's all we have for today. Thanks for joining me on Myanmar Today. I'm Henry Zin. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.